Great. Yeah, there's a material, and obviously there's a Google God. So whenever you have a question, ask Google. This is actually what I did every day. Yeah, so this is the basic TypeScript syntax. We are able to learn the TypeScript a little bit easier because we're trying to compare Python that we already know, right? So actually there are more, but I think this knowledge is good to start, yeah. And then particularly after that, as a second material for our hands-on workshop, I'm going to draw something on the screen here. Yeah, yeah, we have 2 points, one black dot and white dot, right? So before talking about this, the exercise and example, again, I want to make a double check. So you need to go to here, just check either TypeScript or none. If you pick the none, you need to follow the JavaScript syntax. But we don't need to do this because we already know the TypeScript. So we simply change the TypeScript because these compilers basically gonna compile our TypeScript to the JavaScript. Yeah, this is the happening behind the scene. And I don't know, for those who are already familiar with the HTML, which is sort of a markup, hypertext markup language. So HTML is all about you can see on the website. Yeah. So HTML is just like a bone in order to, let's say, draw the UI, click a button or slide or image, div, table, whatever on the web page. So that's why we are calling it a hypertext markup language. So this is the sort of the other syntax. We have a HTML with the I forgot. My brain is always. These days I'm very exhausted. So anyhow, this scale. Does anyone help me to? What is this? What is this? Anyhow, yeah. So yeah, we have this sign. So once you append this HTML, we need to close by slash. This is always a pair. Okay. So if I open, I need to close, right? If I open, I need to close. If I open the body, I need to close the body. Okay. And then if the body is actually the playground where we can append. So I basically append like a simple div with the ID. The ID is just div. So I'm going to open the developer tool here. So there's a little small icon here, like a select and element sort of inspections. Click it, and then you can draw here. Yeah, you can inspect the item actually. So if I click it, it gives us some very deep like tree structure. So basically they use the iframe. Yeah, you don't need to worry about it. But anyhow, what I'm trying to say is that it has like this kind of structure. So we need to create basically declare a div in order to create the canvas that we are going to use to draw. Correct. So I simply append one div, and then this is the styling stuff with the height, 400 pixel and 400 pixels. It's always starting from the left top side here. So color is this is the hex value. It's starting from 0 to FIS. Yeah. So the first number is like R, G, B. If you wanted to draw like a leg canvas, we can do like this. Yeah. Yeah. Or like this. Yeah. This is basically identical. So I'm gonna do green canvas here. Because this is really important because we are going to visualize something. So this is how the TypeScript or Canvas understand the color. There's the other way around, but I can tell you. But this is also one of the generic way to assign the color. Anyhow, so we have a green, the canvas here. So I'm going to quickly describe how we create the canvas. You don't need to worry about just simply copy paste this code, because we are interested in developing the visualization algorithm rather than just duplicated raw. Correct, right? So anyhow, using this keyword, I grab the div, this div, right? And then I create a canvas using this API. Actually, this page itself is document. So using the dot notation, we can access some inbuilt function. Anyhow, we can create a canvas, and then the canvas is an object, and then canvas has their own parameter called width and height. So I give the same number, like a not string. This is number, should be number, yeah. And then I append this canvas to div as the tree structure that I show you using the inspector, right? And then using this canvas, I make an instance about the canvas context. I know it's a little bit confused, but yeah, but it's nothing special. Just once you understand, it's just trivial, yeah. And then I intentionally translate the position of canvas, because as I said, this is always 0, 0. So, but what I did is this is the 0, 0 because I translate. So I receive I basically ask the width of the canvas, and then multiply 0.5, meaning that I want to get the midpoint, yeah. And then I get the other midpoint against the x-axis and y-axis, right? And then using this number, I might translate, right? So actually, without this one, this white dot is around here. Yeah, see, this is the white dot. So I'm just translate. Yeah, it's nothing special. And then I zoomed in using the scale function. This is all inbuilt function. If you want to learn more about the canvas, there's a lot of like API things I'm gonna introduce. I mean, there's a link on the Medium page anyhow. So this is what I did for the creating this environment. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to worry about, just create one environment, and then you can reuse this environment. This is the beauty of the computer programming things. And then this is a very, very low level draw function in order to render one circle here. So this is just a syntax we need to follow. So first of all, we need to declare the color like this. Yeah. Let's say we can draw like a red color here. Yeah. This is a red color. And then begin path mean we are going to tell the graphics card, hey, we are going to draw something. So I'm gonna give you some information. Please good to go. Please ready to go, okay? So, and then I call the arc function. This is X position and Y position. This is a radius, yeah? And then this is the starting angle, which is radian. And then 3.4 is like a pi. So we multiply 2 pi, meaning that we are able to draw a full circle, yeah? This is just syntax. So, I mean, this kind of API is not that complicated. There's a very small number of the API compared to the WebGL. So I think it's very straightforward. So we can reach that part at the end of the day. And then once we draw the arc, and then we ask them, okay, I'm done. Please close your drawing execution, yeah? And then I'm going to fill with this fill color. The order doesn't matter, but this order is really important. Before draw, you need to begin path, use the begin path function. And then once you've done your draw, we need to close this path, correct? So I just encapsulate, make a function to do complex job here. So there's a link, there's a lot of information. I encourage you guys to go to that website. Anyhow, so this is the one way to declare a function. Yeah, in the Python, we declare a function like that, right? Def, and then maybe arc, and colon, semicolon, and blah, 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 function is here, right? But here, in the JavaScript, there's a two-way. This is sort of old-fashioned. This is a new way using the arrow function, Yeah, this is our function. I mean, there's a lot of things behind the scene because the context is different if you use the just old-fashioned function. So our function is actually prevent from sort of confusing context anyhow. So what I'm saying is this is a little bit complex. I just encapsulate and make a simple function. And what it does is it just give me, you know, X and Y, and then I'm gonna draw a circle, you know, as a default because I have a default value. So I'm declaring, not just only declaring the value, but also I just give us some default numbers or variable. And also the difference between I think this is a little bit confusing part between TypeScript and Python. So once you create the variable name, and then you need to define the type. Yeah, this is the little confusing part. But actually that one is really useful to develop the application anyhow. So this is the inbuilt function. You don't need to worry about, actually your code goes here. Yeah, so I declare a variable. Here, right? And then I update like a minus 90, yeah? And then B, actually this is a more better representation, I guess, X, yeah? X. And this is Y, right? And then X and Y. So, as I said, we translate the entire coordinate system like halfway along the X and halfway along the Y. So we basically center the plane inside of this canvas, correct? So minus 19 and 19 is here. Yeah, this is, I mean, the architecture designer more familiar with this kind of the coordinate system, I guess. Maybe the CAD system starting from here, 0, 0, and X and Y, but you can say this is the 0 and 0, right? This is X and Y, this is minus X and minus Y, yeah? So here, I declare a list here, yeah? And then the minimum is starting from 0 and maximum is 5, right? And then make a step, just like a list in Python. So I use the min numbers for starting number, and the max number is the last number in terms of the looping. And then I have a step, and then multiply the number, and then I basically prepare a list of numbers. So here, what we have is this number 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Makes sense, right? And then using this function, this is a list itself, right? This is list itself, and so I use the for each function. So we expect I is the first number is going to be 0 here, yeah, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 in order. At the end of the loop, we are received the number 8, right? So the A multiply 10, and this is goes to X, this is goes to Y. So that's why they increase along the X, and then in terms of the Y, there's a minus here. Yeah, this is actually plus. Yeah. Okay, great. And then we can move quickly a little bit. So I create the range as a list here, and so previously we have a number, and then we create the point like this because we know the interval, and then we simply multiply the number of the distance, right? But in this fashion, we know the first and last number, and then we have the number, how many points we want to populate between 2 points. Okay, this is the logic, the very simple math. Yeah. So here, something is coming. So because we're starting from minus 8 here and plus 8, right? And then we want to populate the 10 points. Maybe what if I want to populate 50 points? Yeah, it become line. Makes sense, right? Maybe let's say 12. Great, because we make a pipeline, so we can actually reuse the code, you know. And then the last example in this case, so we have some offset value, and then using the double for loop. Okay. Do you know why I couldn't see any point here? Does anyone knows the angle bracket? Does anyone knows the reason? Okay, yeah, this is simply because we use same color. So I'm going to use blue here. Yeah, come on, okay. So what I do is based on the I and J index, I apply the radius here. Yeah, it's nothing special. Yeah, so I highly recommend you guys like revisit this material and then just typing. Even if you couldn't understand, it doesn't matter. Just typing, just keep typing. Yeah, this is actually best way to learn programming anyhow.